university to even greater heights. A role model and inspiration to all, and many indeed. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me in giving a very warm welcome to our fearless leader, and who I call our rock star in red, our Chancellor and President, Dr. Renu Couture.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. This morning we opened this facility, this building, University Center, the new UC, and this is the first official ceremony here that we are celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy. How appropriate, how just truly right. So good morning. It is truly a privilege to be here among the Cougar family in celebration of the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. This morning, I would like to note the concurrence within just a few weeks from one another of three important dates in the history of the fight for human rights, the birth and deaths of three icons of that struggle. Just a little over a month ago, on December 5, the world mourned the passing of Nelson Mandela. In just a few days, on January 30th, we will remember the death of Mahatma Gandhi, and today we celebrate the birthday, which was done a week ago almost, of Dr. Martin Luther King. Three men, three fighters for justice and equality, whose teachings and actions have intertwined themselves into one common narrative of personal sacrifice, commitment to a cause, and the conviction that an individual can indeed move mountains. Born within the span of half a century in different continents and from different family circumstances, each made it his life's mission to fight oppression in the form of political and racial apartheid. Gandhi, born in India, earned a law degree in London and settled in South Africa. He first employed non-violent civil disobedience in support of civil rights for South Africa's resident Indian community, eventually returning to the land of his birth on January the 9th, just a few days past. He fought to end British colonial rule and its inherent discrimination. He went on to lead campaigns for easing poverty, expanding women's rights, building religious and ethnic unity, ending untouchability, and above all, achieving independence for India. Mandela fought against apartheid in his native South Africa, where he was imprisoned for more than 27 years, eventually becoming his nation's first black chief executive and the first president elected in a fully representative democratic election. Dr. Martin Luther King fought against another brand of apartheid. He grew up in a nation that for us today seems so foreign and so removed from our daily lives, a nation where a large segment of its population was treated differently. Many were the occasions where Martin Luther King witnessed racial discrimination firsthand. When, as a young boy, his father took him downtown to buy shoes, and the clerk told them they had to go to the back of the store. Or when later, riding the school bus, he could only stand over the empty seats in the white front section once the back of the bus was full. And he would wonder why he can't buy shoes from the front, or why can't I sit where I want. These indignities wounded his heart, but steeled his spirit and strengthened his resolve. He would often say, "One of these days, I'm going to put my body where my mind is." He was brilliant in school, skipping 2 grades and graduating when he was only 15 years old. Later, at Morehouse College, he read Thoreau's Civil Disobedience and was intrigued and fascinated by the knowledge that one could fight oppression by refusing to cooperate with an evil system. It is ironic that of these 3 men who fought for freedom in its most fundamental and basic definition, one of them would be deprived of his freedom and languish in prison for almost a third of his life, while the other 2 would be deprived of their very lives, dying at the hands of assassins. Today, let's rejoice in what these 3 men, during their lifetimes and beyond, meant to their nations and the world. Let us remember in particular Dr. Martin Luther King and let's remember one of his most enduring speeches whose message inspires all of us. And I quote, "There is deep down within all of us an instinct. It is a kind of drum major instinct, a desire to be out front, a desire to lead the parade, a desire to be first. We all have the drum major instinct. Don't give it up. Keep feeling the need for being important. Keep feeling the need for being first. I want you to be the first in love. I want you to be first in moral excellence. I want you to be the first in generosity. I would like someone to mention one day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving others, that I tried to love and serve humanity. Yes, if you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. Say that I was a drum major for peace. And say that I was a drum major for righteousness." Well, barely 8 weeks after speaking those words at his home church in Atlanta, Martin Luther King was taken from us. But those words guide our hearts and minds, steal our actions, and inspire our lives to this day. And they will continue to do so for generations to come. Thank you.